This is a bit of a meta video because this course is about changing your life when it comes to relationships, right? But I need to tell you a little bit about how to change your life in general so you can take the changes in this, proposed in this course into other areas of your life. Because I want this course to just be the starting point of a greater change in your life. Complete removal of suffering. I don't want you to suffer because of relationships. I don't want you to suffer at all. So let's talk about what actually makes change happen. In anything, not just change, right? Regardless of what it is, there is something called dependent origination, and this is a Buddhist concept, and it also is sometimes referred to as dependent arising. And my favorite example to illustrate this point is this. Suppose I, would like to win the lottery, right? I would like a bag of money, okay? I want to win the lottery. All lottery winners, after my research I have found, have one thing in common, and it is that they bought the ticket. So, if I don't buy the lottery ticket, I cannot win the lottery. So, this is kind of a prerequisite, right? Without this, without the ticket, I cannot have the lottery. Simple as that. But just because I purchased the ticket, it does not mean I am guaranteed a win, right? So if I got upset by the 10th time I purchased the lottery and I still didn't win, I would be silly because there's nothing that guarantees that I am going to win the lottery at a reasonable rate with just 10 purchases, 100 purchases, 1,000 purchases, 10,000 purchases. It's all dependent on very, very small luck. I cannot reliably produce a winning lottery ticket. But even with all of that said, if I still want to win the lottery, then I have to buy the ticket. There's no other way. So that was a greatly simplified example. But what I am proposing to you in this course is, suppose love is the lottery ticket you want, right? Sorry, love is the prize you want. Then what is the ticket for love that we have to purchase? If I don't do these activities, there is no way for love to transpire. That's basically what I'm trying to teach you in this course, right? What is a requirement? And the next important thing is, just because I do that activity, it doesn't mean that I am guaranteed love. But if I still want love from other people, then I have to keep doing this regardless of what happens, right? This relationship between the results that you want and the actions you take to get it is the fundamental truth of life that can greatly simplify in all the other areas of your life. If you want a result, the result is dependent on a certain thing. But just because you do the certain thing, it is not always guaranteed to give you the results you want. Even with that probability model, even with the lack of guarantees, if you still want it, you have to keep doing the action. when you keep doing the action, you might not get the results you want. This has to be accounted for in your planning. You have to take into consideration that it may take time for you to get the results that you want. Nobody can guarantee anything because we are not like fortune tellers, and we are not, omnipotent beings who can, do everything and fix our fate, right? Life would be sort of pointless in that way. But again, as long as you want the results, you have to do the action. Then, if I have to do the action anyway, doesn't it make more sense to do it happily? This is such an important thing. We think how we engage in action is fixed. So, typical example of this, studying. Studying sucks. I hate studying, right? And other things like eating healthy. Eating healthy sucks. Cutting weight for competitions. Cutting weight is so hard. Exercising super hard. Okay. So we have these pre-configured emotions to feel when it comes to certain experiences. So if you're investing into your relationship life, love life, by purchasing this course, guess what? You are also likely going to have some tendencies that make social relationships kind of difficult, right? But if it's love you want, you still need to participate in those actions. So does this mean that you are doomed to a life of constant misery? That's precisely the notion that I'm trying to challenge for you, right? No. We can do difficult things with ease. Some things are difficult when we look at it one way, but when we look at it in another way, it's not that difficult. So there are many ways to reframe the experience of having difficulty with a certain action. So, to recap and summarize, I need you to understand this. In order for you to have a result, you need to do actions that bring on, that's the precondition of the result. But just because you do it, it doesn't guarantee the results. But if you are going to want the result, if you are going to do the actions anyway, then it makes sense to do it in a happy way. Because there's no point in begrudgingly doing something to get results that you want. What kind of a result is that? If we are walking towards a happiness, then shouldn't the path also be happy? So the entire curriculum and the proposal of this course is, what is the action that we have to do, and how do we do it in a way that is least effort for us, but easy for us, it's fun for us. That's the primary focus. So I want to kind of set the tone in this way with the perspective of dependent origination. That will reduce a lot of the confusions about, should I also do this? Do I also need to do this? Because I'm trying to give you the core requirements of what it takes to form relationships.